Hi, for disability assignment one, I had a couple of questions about this, and I think I would just clarify this of kind of what I want. And just for clarity, because realistically, the culpable chart should be on like one page, the non-culpable chart should be on a second page, right? So there's going to be not enough information necessarily on the document to really answer the questions. So by default, you're probably going to have to write some paragraphs. And by that, I mean, like, it doesn't have to be 10 pages long. I would think like two or three at most would probably cover most of these ideas. And so let's just start going through. So the key stakeholders, I don't think I should go through all the stakeholders because it's the assignment and like that's what you're doing, but I'll just list off some key ones. So the employee supervisor, HR, WCB, the insurance company, the site manager, right? Like those all could be people involved. There could be more. Definitely what's going to be involved in the primary secondary. Is it a warning? Is it insurance? Is it WCB? Is it what's HR going to do? Is there training that's required? Is the employee assistance plan going to be used through insurance? Like what is going on in each one of these steps, right? So I would have, I'll share this. I would have one graph as culpable and one graph as non-culpable on two different pages. I tried to do it a long time ago on one page. It was a mess. So what I would do is I would have two different situations, right? Because like when somebody's not attending work because they're like calling in sick all the time and they're not really sick is very different than if somebody has cancer, right? So I'm not going to answer which one is which. That's the assignment. But that's what I would do is have an introductory paragraph saying what the difference between culpable and non-culpable is. Then I would list off who the main stakeholders are. And then I would talk about kind of which processes each stakeholder is going to be involved in. And that's that. Now, that's our thing from last term when I marked this assignment. Some people kind of, I think, miss the point of the assignment. So I'm just going to summarize it the way I have. Is either workers can return to work and everything is fine like it was before. You know, somebody reprimands somebody, you have to attend work on a regular basis. Fine. They attend work on a regular basis. Maybe you monitor that situation because people have a habit of shaping up for a bit and then slipping back into their old habits, right? So you maybe want to monitor that. That's one. Two, the person's attendance does not improve, right? So what are you going to do with that? Discipline, and then eventually at some point, you're going to have to deal with the situation. So the word termination or a firing, right, or the person might just never show up again, which is almost the ideal situation because then you don't have to fill out the paperwork if you're in HR. But that is, don't put that in the assignment. So then the other one I would talk about is like where somebody's sick. So can they return to work like after they've been off? Is there what training is required? Like how long have they been off work? Has the equipment changed? Has the systems changed? Like do they need to be orientated again? Those would be some like quick ideas. What's the process for having somebody return back from a long-term disability? And then can they ever return? Those are all kind of like the primary, secondary, tertiary things. In your textbook, it goes into a lot of details. So the sixth edition disability management textbook, the DIC textbook, it has some really good graphs. So I'm not going to belabor the point because like you guys can look that up yourself. Trying to think of some other stuff. I would try and use like a primary color, a secondary and tertiary color, all different colors, just so on your graph it's really easy to read. That's something that you can look in the video. I already made another video showing how to make this with Word. There's a bunch of different programs you can use to make flowcharts like Visio or whatever. Most people, quite honestly, Word is fine. You have culpable, non-culpable on the title, and then just start putting the boxes in explaining what's going on. Yeah, and really the flow chart, I don't want you to overthink it too much. If you use the textbook, which you should be using for this assignment, please reference it. Again, if I'm always a thing about like proving why you took the course of action you did, because let's say you went and terminated somebody and then they came back with, especially in a unionized environment, they're like, well, you shouldn't have terminated them. Why are you doing this? And then you could reference the textbook, right? And that's always where you're justifying your actions instead of saying, well, I think, right? The other thing I really forgot to add is don't call yourself myself or I would do this. Really annoys me. Like the fact, I respect all of you as unique individuals, but the thing is, you're in this role at this company, you're the health and safety person, right? So you're the OHSP, you're the professional safety person. That is your role. So describe yourself and the third person in that role, right? Like you are not like put it this way, you guys don't care about John Hancock the person, you guys care about me marking your assignments in a timely fashion and fairly and explaining the content where it's marked, right? That's going to be you. If you're working in a factory, the hard truth is people don't really care about you as a person, they care about you in the role, right? So that's, again, when you're writing a paper, that's how you should be writing. So hopefully that clarified things a little bit. Kind of rambled, kind of waffling there. If you have questions, definitely email me. Okay. Bye.